Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The story of firing Zaluzhny is not over. I think Miss Victoria Nuland, the Undersecretary of State of the United States of America, who just got there, 2 days ago, I think she is part of the same attempt and successful attempt conducted by Boris Johnson, if you remember, in March. Was it March 2022 when he showed up in Kiev, and then everything changed, which is the Ukrainians were convinced to fight and stop negotiating with the Russians. I think that's exactly what happened when Victoria Nuland showed up in Kiev 2 days ago, and I think trying to support Zelensky and together and threaten everybody over there with this and that, like she always does. I think, not I think, but look at that. I would just listen to that audio telephone conversation between her and 2013 U.S. ambassador to Kiev. It's gonna give you a clue of who she really is and how she really acts. A lot of chutzpah. So I think she showed up in Kiev in order to threaten and set the firing of Zaluzhny. And we have this article from Russia Today where, according to CNN, by the end of the week, which is, I don't know, whenever you consider it Friday, Sunday, Saturday, Zaluzhny will be fired by Zelensky. What do you mean fired? He fired him Monday. And Zaluzhny said, you can't do that. Is it going to happen the same way, or these guys or Miss Newlander came over and she picked the people who are supposed to replace Zaluzhny? They are building here the propaganda, script that Zaluzhny was not fired because Zelensky could not find a replacement. What? Even if those guys, which was General Syrski and General Budanov, would have said, yeah, we take that. Do you think that Zaluzhny would have said, oh, yeah, you got my replacement. I'm leaving. Bye-bye. Let's go, honey, to Tahiti. Do you think that's how it would have been? Oh, the same thing. Those guys knew Zaluzhny will not agree and say, you can't fire me. I'm Ukrainian. What are you? Okay, so now we have this CNN coming and telling us the sources say that Zaluzhny will be fired by the end of the week. Let's read. Now, that firing could be like this: attempted firing, assassination, arrest. He's gonna say yes this time. His family will be abducted. I don't know exactly, but let's analyze this article coming from Russia Today. All of the above could happen, my friends, in those circumstances. Do you think that these guys are over there dealing with $3.50 or cents? No, these guys are not dealing with that. There's much more. These guys are just rolling over cities, countries to achieve their goals. Rolling over countries, nations, history, culture, tradition, all gone for their own interest. Do you think they will care about Zaluzhny and his family? What are you talking about? Put him in a car, drive him outside of the city, bam, boom. We are the same. We are the same as we were 50 years ago, 70 years ago, thousands of years ago. The same, my friends. Animals. Zelensky to fire top general this week. CNN. There has been prolonged acrimony between the Ukrainian president and Valery Zaluzhny, who has led Kiev's forces since 2021. Ukrainian President Zelensky. When I hear this, I'm like, are you guys high? Change that. Maybe you can say the president of Ukraine, but intends to fire his top general, Valery Zaluzhny, before the end of the week. CNN claimed on Wednesday, citing sources familiar with the situation. The report follows similar sources appearing in the outlets such as the Financial Times and the Washington Post, which have so far been dismissed by Kiev. I mean, yeah, they don't want to be encircled and arrested by Zaluzhny today. I'm talking about the guys in Kiev. The relationship between the two men reportedly began to deteriorate when the general wrote an article for The Economist in November describing the battlefield situation as a stalemate following Kiev's failed counteroffensive. The president has vehemently rejected that assessment. No, that's not when the relationship started deteriorating. It was not when he said that, it was when General Zaluzhny became more influential and more popular than Zelensky. That's when it started. Because Zaluzhny, if he said that, the other guy said what? No, it's not so, and that's it. You think that would have been the end of it? They could have made it like they did it. No, they didn't start that. It started, actually, I made a video on that on, I think it was June or July 2022. And I said it many, many times on my programs. When Zaluzhny was asked a question how many tanks he needs to conduct a counteroffensive. You remember it was a counteroffensive in October, November 2022. He said, I need about 500 tanks that I don't have. That's when it started, the whole garbage. And then he was put, hey, what are you going to do? And then the popularity of Zaluzhny increases, Zelensky decreased. So, and behind all these things, there's guys in charge who are just playing on the checkers board, not on a chessboard. The Russians are on a chessboard. These guys are on a checker. Click, 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 click. That's their level, my friends. So, according to CNN, Zaluzhny was called into Zelensky's office on Monday, where he was told he would be fired in the next few days. While no formal announcement has yet been made, a source allegedly told the outlet that the president's decree is expected by the end of the week. I don't think that's the way it happened. He said, you're fired, and the guy said, no, I'm not. Well, we're going to find out. Rumors that the country's popular military leader would be replaced originally started circulating in the media earlier this week based on anonymous sources in Kiev. The Washington Post claimed that the president explained his decision to Zaluzhny by saying that a new commander was needed to rejuvenate the situation. And he thought of Syrskyi. Syrskyi was the guy with the ground forces. So, no, that's a lie. I'll tell you why. If you want to rejuvenate, you don't rejuvenate with one that was actively involved in having the army fall asleep. We need to rejuvenate it. Click, 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 click. All right? Because Zelensky supposedly thought of two generals. General Budanov, the military intelligence, he was active. Right? And the other one is whom? General Syrskyi. Syrskyi was the commander of the ground forces, not the air forces, the ground forces. Well, he was very successful. So he wanted to rejuvenate the army with another general, with another one that was what? What did he do? I mean, you don't hire someone that did not have achievements. If Zaluzhny did not have achievements, it's because this guy did not have achievements. Or what? These guys have a different tactic? I think it's just an order from someone else, somewhere else. The general was then reportedly offered an advisory position, and then we can eliminate you. No, thank you. Which he declined, opting instead to leave the military entirely. A source told the outlet. I don't think so. They would have said, yeah, go right now. No, he didn't opt for anything like that. I will challenge that man to the grave. After reports of Zaluzhny's imminent sacking leaked on Monday, Zelensky's spokesman, Sergei Nikiforov, issued an official statement insisting it was untrue that he got fired. Now that the conversation occurred as I told you. That's the whole point when it came out. The New York Times reported on Tuesday that Ukrainian president had chosen to reconsider the decision after the initial plan ended up in the press. It didn't matter. They will find anyway. What did matter if it was today or tomorrow? I will make the decision anyways. Like, oh my God, the press leaked it. So they will find out later what the media can do. The pressure, I'm in charge, am I not? Isn't that martial law over there? Who's in charge? Me. Who did all this? Me. Remember, whatever his name is, Tony Montana, Scarface, Al Pacino, in his little bathtub over there. Who do I trust? Me. Who built this? Me. The guy with the pelicans. Oh, look at the pelicans fly. And they were flamingos. Taking off. Fucking funny movie. Moscow, meanwhile, has described the rumors of the Ukrainian commander's dismissal as a sign that Kiev's leadership is in disarray and has a lot of problems. According to Kremlin spokesperson, no, he's a man, Dmitry Peskov, he predicted that divisions in Ukraine's military and civilian leadership stemming from the failed counteroffensive would continue to grow as Russia proceeds with its objectives. I agree with that, but as I said, if Zelensky will replace Zaluzhny, would be by the order of the West. And if Zaluzhny will agree, that means the Ukrainians really have no champion over there. They have foreign champions. They're going to use them as a cannon fodder. You'll see. I mean, they already been doing this. I said this not last year, time passes, man. It's 2 years, I can't believe it. In, I think it was 2022, sometime in the, I don't know, summer, fall, and I made a video about, and I said this many times, it's going to be a civil war over there. When the Ukrainians and the general, or factions of the military will realize that they are used for other interests, or they already know, they figured it out, or maybe they are part of it, but we say, you know what, still, my nation is going to be decimated, not Zelensky's, or Zhmihal's, or Yermak's, or Reznikov's, or Umerov's nation. It's my nation, so we got to do something. And probably they said, hey, no, stop this garbage. And they say, what stop? You didn't start it. They started. When they say stop, then you stop. And this guy say, yeah, but after all, we have the weapons. Yeah, what are they going to do? Remember that little warning that Zaluzhny got with his aide that just played with a grenade and blew himself up, supposedly. There was a signal. And then Zelensky trying to sweet talk Syrskyi, showing up at the front, but not with Zaluzhny, but with Syrskyi, together with Umerov. You know, Umerov being, what's his name? The guy from, I made a video on that. I can't remember, from Pinocchio, the Italian name, whatever his name is, Frazaloli, I can't remember his name. Anyway, here is, my friends. If he gets fired, if he gets out of that, he's not going to go on his own. And I hope he's not. I think he's the only Ukrainian over there that really works for the Ukrainian nation, even though I think he is in it, like Zelensky is in it. The problem is probably not as deep. And, you know, sometimes, maybe you see in the movies, because the movies are true. Thieves, when they go and they rob a bank and they run away with a horse and with a loot, and they get somewhere near a cave and they try to hide the loot, or try to, okay, this is my part, this is your part. What happens over there? Exactly. They argue and they shoot one another, or shoot. That's what's going on here. Probably the thing is all over and they don't know who is going to do what. And besides, you got these guys like Nuland showing up and tell you what to do. I am 100%, no, 99% certain, that's my gut feeling, that Victoria Nuland's surprise landing into Kiev was Boris Johnson's landing into Kiev in 2022, March, I think it was. We're going to find out later, but I'm 99%. She went over there, threatened, got people together, told that guy, you better, don't worry guys, we're still here. Do you remember when she was in a little, she showed up on, virtually, how do you call it, on a Zoom call or whatever it was. And she was talking with some politicians, Ukrainian politicians, and she said, remember guys, United States will not do this again. It's now or never. Because why? If we don't kneel the Russians, that means they will grow bigger and bigger. And that means now you can do it, we can stop them in the future. So we're not, I said, remember guys, United States will not going to do this again. So United States being those guys in charge, using us for their interests. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. Maybe you're gonna be witnessing a civil war in the next few days, with the military just committing or starting an insurrection, a real one. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.